All right, let's get right into it. As developers, we pour a ton of energy into building really powerful features. But here's the thing, what good are they if nobody even knows they exist? Today, we're going to break down a super simple but powerful UX principle that helps your features get discovered at the perfect moment.
First up, let's talk about a pain point that I swear every single one of us has felt. It's that kind of sinking feeling you get a few weeks after a big launch when you finally check the analytics.
You know the story. You spend weeks, maybe months, coding and testing something you were absolutely convinced was gonna be a game changer. But then you look at the data and it's just crickets. Users either can't find it or they're just so deep in their own workflow, they don't have the time to go exploring. It's not just frustrating, it's a huge waste of precious development cycles.
So what if we could flip that around? What if, instead of asking our users to go hunting for features, we could bring the features right to them, at the exact moment they need them most? Well, that is the whole idea behind making discovery incidental.
The key word here, and it's a big one, is subtly. We are not talking about those annoying pop-ups or the full-screen feature tours that everyone just clicks skip on. The goal is to totally respect the user's focus. We're just introducing new functionality as a natural part of what they're already doing.
I love this analogy, especially for us developers. It's kind of like lazy loading a feature directly into the user's brain. Instead of front-loading everything and completely overwhelming them, you serve up the feature just in time, right when its value becomes super obvious.
Okay, so why should you actually care about this? Let's quickly run through the payoff because this is a huge win for both your user and for you in the long run.
First off, it is way less overwhelming for the user. A clean, simple UI builds their confidence right from the start. Second, it avoids distractions. By not yanking them out of their flow, you keep them locked in and productive. And this last one is really the secret sauce. This kind of natural discovery actually boosts engagement. When a user finds a cool, helpful feature on their own, it feels like a little personal win, which deepens our connection to your entire product.
All right, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually do this? How do we build this into our apps? Let's break down 3 really solid techniques you can start using like in your very next sprint. First up, we've got progressive disclosure. The name pretty much says it all, right? You progressively or gradually reveal more complex options as the user needs them. You start with just the basics and let the user pull for more complexity only when they're actually ready for it.
Here's a classic example I bet we've all seen. The initial form is dead simple, maybe just name and email. There's zero friction. But for the power users who want to add more info, that little link is a quiet invitation. They click it and boom, the UI expands to meet their needs. The interface adapts to them, not the other way around. Okay, next up is guided interactions. This is where a feature shows up as a direct result of something the user just did. It's all about anticipating their next need based on their behavior right in that moment.
Just picture this for a second. A user is typing out a long, thoughtful comment. They're invested. What's their number one fear at that moment? Losing all that work. And right then, just as that little bit of anxiety starts to creep in, a Save Draft button just appears. It feels like magic. It feels like the app gets them, providing the perfect tool at the perfect time. And our third technique is maybe the most subtle of them all, contextual hints. These are just small, non-intrusive visual cues that signal that a feature exists without, screaming for attention. We see these everywhere now, and for a really good reason. Say you deploy a cool new chart view for a data table. Instead of a giant banner, you just put a tiny glowing dot next to the menu where that new feature lives. It doesn't break their flow at all, but it does spark a little curiosity. The next time they have a second, they'll think, what's that? And go explore it on their own terms. It's an invitation, not a demand.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It really ties everything together. Doesn't matter if it's progressive disclosure, a guided interaction, or a tiny little hint. The strategy is exactly the same. You're not just coding features, you're designing these little moments of discovery. You're placing tools along the user's path exactly where they'll be most welcome.
So let's bring this all home. This isn't just some abstract theory. It's a super practical mindset that you can apply to your own work, like right now. Seriously, think about the project you are on right now. Is there an advanced option buried in a settings menu that could be revealed progressively instead? Is there a helpful action that could fade into view after a user does something specific? I want you to take this idea into your next stand-up. It's a really small shift in thinking that can make a massive, massive difference in how people actually experience and value the stuff you build.